Dirty fruit bomb?
Yeah, it's harsher. It's German.
Dirty fruit bomb.
It's Deutsch.
Prost.
Próst.
Thank you for bringing this back in your bag, dude.
Yeah. It might have been wrapped in some underwear. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, Well, hello. Welcome back to Sip with Nikki. I'm Nikki Lamberti, back here in Sonoma County, California, after another wonderful visit to my home state of New Jersey. And while I was there, I had really the honor and privilege to sit down with my nephew, Aidan, who is a cadet at West Point, part of the U.S. Army. Aidan is, I think, just over 6'3" and plays rugby for West Point, and recently spent 3 weeks in Germany as part of an exchange program where he got to train with the German military. And I was excited to hear his stories of what his experience was like. And he was really excited to not only share the stories of that part, but the beverages that he had been introduced to, especially as someone recently of drinking age in the U.S. He can now officially enjoy all of the things that we as a family love so much. So before he went to Germany, he asked me about purchasing German wine and how to get it back home. So I gave him some tips. Little did I know that he was going to come home not only with some German wine, German beer, and Jägermeister. So what you'll hear is after we had a family dinner, we sat down and it was myself and Aidan, his mom, my sister Dana, and my other sister Amanda. And if you've listened to Sipping with My Sisters episode, both of those voices should be familiar. Our mom, aka Little Sue, also joining at the coffee table, which means we had 3 generations at this table. I mean, just so fun for us to sit and talk and listen to his stories. You'll hear us taste a couple different German beers, and you'll hear our impressions, as well as my mom's very cool story of how she started drinking beer at the ripe young age of 3. What? He surprised me with a red wine from Germany that we all had some pretty interesting reactions to. And in the final segment, we try side by side a bottle of Jägermeister that he brought home from Germany with a bottle of Jäger purchased here in the US. And we talk about if there are any differences. And then the final surprise is an unexpected cocktail that was apparently a regular occurrence in the German field. We also learned a lot about the military culture, especially patch culture, and I very much enjoyed this part, and I hope you do too, because Aidan is really the first military in our family, so we are learning a lot of this with him as we go. I also get Aidan's take as a Gen Z 21-year-old on the hot topic of alcohol culture and what young people these days are and aren't drinking. And I kind of put him on the spot, but it's a very interesting part of the conversation as we get some insight as to how young people are enjoying alcohol, or if they are at all. So here we go with our mixed tasting of German beverages with Aidan from West Point. Aidan, is this your first really official podcast appearance?
It is.
I love that you came back from Germany so excited to talk about all of your beverage education that was happening as part of your military exchange program.
Yeah. It was a good time, though. And I am a beer guy, and it was fun to be over there and get it shoved in your face for 3 weeks. So can't complain about that.
So for our listeners, tell them a little bit about why you were in Germany, other than to drink beer and Jägermeister. Why were you there, and what was your experience like?
Yeah, so West Point offers a bunch of different experiences for their cadets. And I know guys that went all over the world, down to Kenya, Puerto Rico, out in other Asian countries, South America. But I got offered the opportunity to go to Germany. And it was literally like I was sitting in my German class because every cadet has to take
Can we pause for a second? As your mother, he took German for 2 semesters.
Wait, are you proud of that, or you're saying that was
He's
short?
like, I'm going to Germany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were just sitting in the middle
And
of
you're
class.
fluent. Go.
Yeah, and we were sitting in the middle of class, and literally my teacher just put up casually like, "Hey, this is available to you guys," and threw my name in the hat, and I got selected for it. And Went off June 16th, got back July 5th. And while we were over there, the first few days were like mostly getting us settled in. Then they had some Christian holiday, but they gave us 4 days off right before we did some field training. There was me and 2 other cadets. We had the opportunity to go and take the train over to Cologne, or in German, Kuhn. And we got to see the cathedral over there, down by the Rhine River, and just experience all that. I didn't bring any with me, but like the beer for that city is called Kolsch.
I've been Kolsch.
Yeah.
Germans, they say they hate it. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
People that
I'm
live
American and I like it.
in, you wanna know why you like
it?
Because it's very similar to American beer.
Oh,
That's why.
okay.
Very blonde.
It's very light
blonde.
beer.
Yeah, that's why.
Exactly.
It's not
So,
very hoppy.
other beers are much
So I like
darker, and I brought light beer with me, but like a common traditional, more of a southern Germany by Munich is called Dunkel, which is D, the U with the 2 dots over it, and Kel. We tried a little bit of that. That's a more darker, kind of like a Guinness type,
that
but
I
not
like
Guinness.
too. I like that.
It was really good. And yes, we were there, and then we went to a different base for 2 weeks, and there we were in the woods doing cool stuff. So we
Shooting
got,
shit? Am I
we
allowed
were
to say
shooting
that?
shit, yeah.
I
Shooting
saw
a
some
lot of
videos
shit.
of you
A
shooting
lot of shit.
shooting
So we
shit
got-
with some
Large-
big shit.
Large man.
So we got to experience their G36, which is Gewehr, Section Dreisig, which is their standard rifle for the
Sounded like
U.S.
you
Army.
said something dirty. Don't say dirty things, nephew. Wait, say it again. What was it called?
Gewehr, which is rifle.
Uh-huh.
6 und 30. 6 is 6, 30 is 30. I don't know why they reverse
Your
it.
German sounds good.
It does sound good.
I was forced to get good at it, so
Yeah.
They said you were fluent when you drank Jägermeister.
when I drank enough Jägermeister, I
is
did get fluent.
the
at it.
We're going to put that to the test in just a minute.
I do believe my French was fluent when we were all in France as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were drinking.
It happens. And this was, I believe, this was your first time overseas, right?
Yeah, in Europe, yes. Like we went to when we were younger, Mexico,
Yeah.
Cancun. We went to the Bahamas, Jamaica.
On the European continent.
Yeah, this is the
in the
first time in
EU.
Europe,
This was
so
your first time.
It was a good time.
All right.
Across the pond.
And what'd you learn? What were some of your takeaways from your time there?
Honestly, everybody talks about, how strict the Germans are. They were some of the nicest people I ever met. Obviously, like maybe the military, they were like, hey, be nice to them because they're Americans. You have to look good for the American army. But even like when I was out in Cologne, we were just in a bar, like people would talk to me. Initially, they'll talk to me in German, and I'll try and talk to them a little bit through my broken German. And then everybody was super nice and super outgoing there. Even like waiters, waitresses are one thing, but even just like random dude at the bar that was next to me, all pretty good people.
That's
And
very cool.
Yeah.
I love to hear that. For some reason, the Sip with Nikki podcast already has a lot of listeners in Germany. It's like the 3rd country behind the US as far as listeners. So maybe we'll gain some more friends and listeners there. But people listen to it already there, which is pretty cool. You and I spoke before you left, and you were asking about how do I bring back wine and what kind of wine should I get? And then I know that you just busted out your duty-free bag that you schlepped these beers in from
the airport.
Germany,
Yeah.
from the airport. So let's start with some beer. Why don't we taste this beer? Tell us a little bit about it, why you picked this, and any stories that may be related to this
We
beer.
can start with the Kronbacher. I think that's
You mean
how
the
say it.
Krombacher? That one? Krombacher?
With a K.
Can
Yeah.
you say it properly again?
I think I'm saying it right, the Kronbacher, and you can see
Sounds
an age,
good.
like you connect them. I'm like, all right, I want to grab beer from Germany. to
Was
bring
this the
back.
German airport or Newark?
This was in the German airport.
All right, just checking.
Did the
Yeah.
label look familiar? This is
Yeah,
a
so, like, we were-
common,
Yeah,
well-known
Yeah,
beer.
it's more of a
Okay.
cheaper beer. I wouldn't say it's the Natty Light level, but
Sells it to
I don't-
Pills.
I don't know that
Pilsner.
anything over there
it
is
is a
Natty
it is a
Light.
lighter beer for them. Yes.
So then I don't think anything on that side of
nothing
the
can.
world is as terrible as Natty Light.
Yeah.
You couldn't have found something that
Can you
terrible over
read
there.
for us in your beautiful German the rest of the detail on that label?
Mit Feldquellwasser gebraucht.
Okay. Any idea what that means?
With something water gebraucht. I recognize that word. I think it's
Okay.
like made with a certain type of water,
Okay.
pretty much. And then Zeitz, 1803 since 1803. That's how long the company's been around.
You drank this beer when you were there?
Yeah, we
Before
drank
the
a little
airport pass.
Yeah.
Had you had this beer before you went to Germany?
No.
So forever and ever, this beer will remind you of being there.
Yes.
That's pretty freaking cool. I think that's worth a toast. And tell us the proper way to toast.
All right. So how they do it is they would say Próst. PR. It sounds like PROST. And then the big thing is like you look everybody in the eyes when you do it. You all cheers. You all look each other in the eyes and take a step. So Próst.
Roast.
Roast. Ooh. Little Sue almost fell down.
Mom,
Mom and
sister,
little.
sister, nephew.
Prost. Prost.
Yeah. And the one thing that I mostly notice about German beer,
Light.
it's very light. Like when you have like your Miller Lights, your Budweisers, American beers typically, you almost taste like you almost ate like a piece of bread. Like you have that aftertaste in the back of
Yeasty,
your throat.
bready.
Exactly. You don't really get that with German beer. Is kind of what I've noticed. So usually it's a little bit heavier. Like this is gonna be heavier than your standard beer on tap in the States. You don't have that bread, wheat aftertaste usually that you would get with American beer. That's like the biggest thing that I noticed.
So proud right now.
So I have
It's
so
very
many questions to unpack after just that description.
Now, Nikki
So
wants to
you-
talk about yeast.
You
Hello?
are 21 years old, so you have been able to legally drink for
So
2
you've
months.
only had beer for 2 months.
2 months.
Yes, 2 months, clearly.
Except when Aunt Nikki
young.
started training you drinking wine when you were 13. But
It's a young, fresh palate.
yeah. Here's my question, and this could go in a lot of different directions, but one of the things, especially in the wine industry, but just in the beverage industry overall, one of the trends that everyone keeps talking about and the issues and the challenges is your generation. And people keep saying this generation, right? Gen Z, 21 years old, even going into Gen Alpha, like they're not drinking as much, or they're drinking differently, or they're more into cannabis, or they're more into seltzers. And yet here you are like loving beer, and we're going to do Jaeger and wine. So think about yourself and your friends. And I know it's just a small cross section, but as a 21-year-old in the US right now, what is your relationship and interest with alcohol?
Yeah, in the U.S. it's definitely more of a social thing. Like I'll tie it back to Germany as well. Like Germany, that's just like a lifestyle thing. Like they just drink.
Yeah.
They drink to drink.
Well, you
And
just
it's the day of
listed that
life.
it was cheaper than water.
Yeah, I could buy a half a liter bottle of beer out in Cologne for €2, and for a 12-ounce bottle of water, that was I think €2.40, which was. It's more expensive to get water than it is beer. Like to put in perspective, like the culture difference there. In terms of Gen Z, I think what you said
Can
is
you
like,
please
pretty
speak
accurate.
on behalf of your entire generation right
On the
now?
entire generation.
Accurately, please and thank you.
I think
We like Surfsides.
I think a lot of things that people can agree with is like the whole cannabis thing. Obviously, it's legal now, so it's a lot easier to get, and it's easier. You pop an edible, you hit a cart, you smoke weed, whatever you want to do, like anything of that sorts, like you do it, and then you achieve that. When it comes to alcohol, depending on what you drink, it's hard because like I could drink X amount of bottles of beer versus X amount of glasses of wine, and then if I throw shots in there, and then if I throw this in there and throw that in there, like it's all mixing and stuff like that.
Throwing up in there.
And then you're puking in the bushes in your front yard. Don't ask about that one, Mom. But
No one here has ever done that.
clearly, but it's stuff like that. I think like it's just a lot easier with cannabis. And then when it comes to alcohol, like I think a lot more people like when they do drink, they especially in my age group, like you drink to get drunk.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Which I feel like most people in college.
Yeah,
typically
I mean,
would
in
do.
our generation, when we were 21, we were not drinking because we
you were
liked
not drinking
the notes
Natty
of
Light 'cause it was
blackberry.
good.
Yeah, we were
But I-
drinking.
Boone's
to-
Farm.
Yeah.
I can't really tell.
I will
stuff like
tell
that.
you what I have witnessed in watching this generation. They drink wine. They drink, like we didn't drink
We did
wine.
not drink
I
wine.
also think it's about
unless
where
it
we
was.
live, too,
Well, it might
so.
be where we live too. But,
Maybe that's my influence on your neighborhood.
maybe, but I do feel like, as a whole, their caliber of what they would drink is higher.
Yeah. I think there's
Party.
more options
It's
now
probably an
for
affordable
them
party
to drink.
keg, but
Yeah.
Affordable options.
So like
yeah.
I can't really speak on fraternities
Well-
because like I go to West Point, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have those. But like in terms of like me, like my friends and I, like I think you're also right with there's more options. Like
None of those seltzers.
yeah, seltzers,
We had
hard
Zima,
lemonades,
cocktail,
stuff
beer.
like
I
that.
didn't
Yes.
even have Zima.
We did have Zima with
Yeah.
the Jolly Rancher. That
Yeah.
was very late.
malt beverage.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah.
In
But
a
no, we
fun
didn't- we didn't
bottle
have that
that you
now.
could then drop candies in to flavor it.
Even now, like I love
I
beer,
was
but
actually
like there's
sitting at this very
sometimes-
table when I had a Zima.
Mom!
What?
She just perked up.
She just sat up really
She
quick.
just perked up. What?
The year was 1994.
We're gonna have a confessional now.
Back in the 1900s.
Yeah,
Where was I?
I don't know.
there's just more options now.
Yeah.
Like you and I, like I love to drink beer, I enjoy it, but like there's some becomes a point it's like I think we all agree with you get really full after 8 beers.
Yeah.
Or 3
How
beers.
about 1.5?
Exactly. Like after X amount of beer, like you start to get really full. So I think your seltzers, your Surfside, your
that's a
Sun
big one right now.
Cruisers, all of that stuff.
Like the
Highs.
White Claw, High Noon, all that
exactly.
category.
Neutrals, like-
They're not carbonated. That's
Yeah.
a big one.
Oh, they're not carbon.
And some people just don't like the taste of beer.
Yeah.
And it's another option for them.
I love the taste of beer, and I actually enjoyed this beer. I thought it was nice. And
Too,
what did you
yes.
guys think? Mom, you liked it?
Oh, I liked it a lot.
Drank
I thought it was
mine.
very,
Amanda's is done.
very
I
nice.
Amanda's
Look at
drink
mine too.
beer.
I don't like a very hoppy beer, which is why
Yeah,
we
it's
bought
like-
It's a
Michael.
lot
Michael
smoother,
loves a
typically.
good hoppy beer. I do not, which is I think why I like Guinness.
I like it.
I love Guinness.
Aiden, you also brought to the table some Beck's. Tell me why.
Yeah, so Beck's was the most common beer that we drank out. And
I want to hear about when you say this is the beer that we drank out in the
Yeah,
field.
that's
So it's like, hey,
a
I'm going to
little
shoot some
surprising.
shit, and then I'm just going to
so
sit down and
it'd be-
drink a beer.
It wouldn't be that extreme, but so in the field, so it was like a training area that we were out there, and
A field, though, yes.
yeah, there
Ish.
are fields there, but
Fieldish.
there's barracks that we weren't sleeping in the woods the whole time. Like just the field is just like field exercise, like your military exercises, shooting stuff
Did
like
you
that.
do dive roll?
I did not do a dive roll. I did, yeah, but
Amanda,
What?
let him talk.
One day he will.
when we were over there, we were staying in barracks. It sucked because there was no AC, which sucked because Germany was having a crazy heat wave at that time. And this would just be like the beer. But while we were in those barracks, like we would go out to the field. We'd leave at 6:15 in the morning, get back around the same-ish time at night, and they'd be like, "Let's go get beer," and I'll go sit down. And
Where did you get the beer from?
they have platoon, like just like a group of soldiers. Like their platoon will have like almost a shop. They'll go out on a supply mission, buy a ton of beer that you can buy off of them, essentially. But it was like €2 for a 0.3 liter bottle of beer, which is pretty good considering that we're on a military base away from all shop, as well as it's the only beer that you can get if you
A little
want
bit
it.
marked up.
But yeah, even then, it's still like about $3 a beer, like in the States, because the euro is more valuable than $1 right now. But yeah, and like even then though, I think because we were Americans, they were helping us out. But like one guy would go get all, they do crates, they don't do boxes, they don't do
Yeah.
anything like that. They do like big plastic crates. I think you
Reusable.
Yeah.
reuse.
Yeah.
And they'll get a crate, place it down, and they're like, here you go. And then we drink until the
And
crate
then you
ran out.
said they're not cold.
They are not cold. They were never cold. So all this beer is cold now. Like when I would drink it, it would be 80 degrees. Like it was hot beer. Sometimes they had refrigeration. Sometimes they had it. But if you're buying a crate, like it's not gonna be cold beer. But if I'm doing the training, like they wouldn't let us drink and shoot.
It's probably
Like,
good.
which is a good
that's
idea.
Good idea.
But like the guys that were like the safety control, like the range control guys, basically making sure the targets popped up. Like when we were done training, like they had a crate of beer for them to sip on. Like
Yeah.
once the training was over and like they were like while everybody else was cleaning up.
It's almost
don't you slam
like
beer.
you're drinking a Coke.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's a good way to describe it. It's like drinking a Coke.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Okay. Prost.
Oh, that's right.
No.
Prost.
Prost.
we'll do it with this
Got the
one.
Beck's.
Build up the other one.
The Beck's.
Prost.
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 Prost, Mom.
Also light.
It's a little bit lighter.
I would agree with that, nephew. Use the word was interesting. It just is a little more
Like a Coke.
I think it's very refreshing.
refreshing, Mama. Nice.
You love beer.
I do.
Your German is showing.
Your German is showing
I
too.
started
Nice.
drinking beer like at 3 years old.
What?
Oh,
Wow.
now here's the confessional.
That's a story in itself, right there.
The
3.
next door neighbor was a laborer. He would come home at 5, 6 o'clock, sit in an Adirondack chair in the backyard. I'd sit in the one next to him, and he'd give me a jelly glass, it was called. The jelly came in, and I'd have my beer. And he probably gave it to me once, and I loved it.
This is 1948.
7, 8. You were
Because you just celebrated your 80th birthday. She said shush.
Thanks, Nick.
Are you gonna put like some fanfare
She
behind
shushed
that
you.
one?
Yeah,
too?
there's gonna be like a jingle or something.
Anyhow, so yeah, I've always liked beer.
Anything else you want to say about
very good.
beer
No,
or
it's
this
just-
beer?
Like we would drink beer any given situation. Here it's like a social thing. If you drink beer here, typically like you're doing it out and about with people, stuff like that. There, it's just a way of life.
It's just hydration.
Yeah, and another cool thing about it is like each part of Germany's beer is completely different. So they typically say that München, which is in the south of Germany, and their beer over there is typically like what they say is like the beer capital of the world. Like that city, their style of beer, but they're gonna have different beer from Frankfurt, from Cologne, who had Kolsch. That was the one that I had like their signature beer. From Hamburg, from Berlin, like each area's like region.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have different beers, and that's either from how they brew it, what they put in it, like the type of grain that they use. Similar to wine, like just the different parts will have different tasting beer at different styles.
I love it. It's very cool. Should we shift gears? I feel like Jaeger's gonna change the palate. Should we shift gears to some wine?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, everyone has a glass. I'm gonna let you pronounce this because your pronunciation is beautiful.
Yeah, so it's Baden, Spät, Burgunder, Trocken, and then, long German words, great. Markgräflich, Badisches, Weinhaus.
Which is the
Wine-
winery
yeah, the
or the
vineyard.
producer, but the type of wine, Spät Burgunder.
Burgunder, yeah.
Spät rhymes with late because it's referring to the lateness of the ripening of this grape. Burgunder, like Burgundy, because this is Pinot Noir. This is a German Pinot Noir. And Trocken is the German word for dry, meaning the opposite of sweet. So this is a dry German Pinot Noir.
Perfect.
Tell me why you picked this.
Honestly, so
Screw cap.
it is a screw cap, yeah. So what they said was, the guy I was with, my buddy,
Color.
Raphael, he's actually a South African German soldier. He had his car and he gave me a ride over to the stores, and we started at like a supermarket which had a little bit more options, and I thought the liquor store would have a little bit more options than the supermarket. And the guy that took me there, Raphael, call him Raph, he said typically anything over €6 is pretty good, and I think this was like $8.40. I'm like, all right, let's go all out for this one. So
Grenache color.
It's Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
I've not had a lot of German reds. Most of the German wine I've had is Riesling. This is
Okay.
2022.
Don't get alcohol right off the bat, which is nice.
a little bit fruitier to me.
Looking for percentage.
12.5 alcohol, which is lower than most California wines. Smells fruity, but not a fruit bomb, Dana, to use your words. Definitely, you would be like, oh, this is not California. This
No.
is not sunshine in the glass.
No.
It's a little
There's
bit
almost a
harsher,
little
almost.
flintiness to it, like a matchsticky, which is not necessarily a negative or a bad thing. It's a minerally note.
Dirty fruit bomb.
Dirty fruit bomb.
Yeah, it's harsher. It's German.
Dirty fruit bomb.
Deutsch.
Prost.
Prost.
Thank you for bringing this back in your bag, dude.
Yeah. It might have been wrapped in some underwear, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey
Been
now.
washed in 3 weeks.
Oh, maybe that's the flinty, dirty
Yes,
note.
the Valentina. I will say it smells like something not
Oh,
common.
I like it.
It's very light.
different.
Very light.
Easy.
Easy, quaffable, light body,
Might have been why it was only €8, but
No.
nice acidity, but not acidic.
No.
Just
Easy
kind
to
of
drink.
lively.
A little bit
Almost-
of tannin.
Yeah, pretty light all around. Light body, light color, light alcohol, light tannin. Just a lovely red wine.
interesting.
We're serving it like wine fridge chilled, which I think is a nice temperature
nice temperature.
to drink this. Especially it's a hot summer day here in New Jersey. I think a little chill on there is nice, but it's very translucent in the glass. What do you think of it, sir?
I like it. Like, it's not like really dominant in anything. You said it's just kind of like a little bit of everything.
I feel like that's we're all saying
Nice
light. He's saying not
said.
dominant,
Where'd
but
you
it's
get that
very
wine
similar.
vocabulary, young man?
living around you.
A
That's
long
nice.
time
I like
and
it.
you-
It's fruity though. There's fruit, something dark, like dark plum.
Come on, little Sue. You got the nose. Come on.
What do you?
Currant?
Maybe.
But there is like a
Dates,
there's
my
something.
mom, is it
I don't- I
dates?
can't explain what it is. There's something that once it goes through.
Pretty cherry for me.
Cherry or
Yeah, I think it's
Cherry.
that's kind of
Maybe a black cherry. I don't drink enough German wine. I tasted a lot of it during wine school at the CIA. When we go to Epcot and Food and Wine, we stop in the German pavilion and go to their wine bar and have
You
their
always get beer,
wine.
though.
and drink beer.
Speak for yourselves.
Oh.
But I don't drink enough of it and certainly not enough red, so this is a really special treat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the terroir, the terrain there, and what their wine country is like?
Baden is the region. B-A-D-E-N.
Very curious. I think more white wine when I think of Germany, but it just might be that.
Because you think of Riesling
And Gewürztraminer.
and
Yeah, so Baden is in the southwest part of Germany, so it's literally bordering France and Switzerland. In the south of the Alps, so typically it's more of a mountainous region, a higher elevation as well. In the north is much flatter, really flat in the north, and like you have your rivers going through. This is gonna be your higher elevation a little bit colder, which
Did
is
you learn this in your dirt class?
maybe.
You took a class about dirt?
Well, it was a geography, but they called it dirt.
Yeah, PG, but yeah, it's human geography, but we call it dirt.
That's great.
The area is known for quality wine. There's a lot of Pinot Noir in that region.
Yeah.
Also,
Is there like French
Pinot
style?
Gris and Pinot Blanc. So all the Pinots are there. And this area is often referred to as the Burgundy Paradise.
Explain what that means in case people don't know.
In
That's a big
France,
thing, I think.
Burgundy is the main region for Pinot Noir in France. So it's almost like Germany's Burgundian region where you have all those Pinots. It's really nice. It's a nice wine. I would like to try more from this area. Baden is also the third largest wine district in Germany. There's 13 wine regions in Germany. Baden is one of them. Mosel, that's the one I've had the most. Rheingau. That's nice. Thanks.
Good.
Good job.
For your €8.
I'm not gonna lie, so I looked at which ones were German. I just grabbed one, but glad it worked out.
All right, you ready to taste some Jägermeister?
I've been
No.
I'm ready. I've had a lot of this, so
I feel like you were so passionate about wanting to do this. So, were you drinking Jaeger before you went, or is this a new passion?
my first time I drank Jaeger was German Jaeger. So I've not drank American Jaeger yet. so
Wow.
So I'm hoping this will not ruin it for me, and I
Okay.
have to savor this bottle as long as possible.
Okay.
Right.
So we've got 2 bottles here. One that you bought in Germany and brought home with you, and then one that was just purchased in the American liquor store. The label is exactly the same, just literally one is in English and one is in German.
Yep.
And they both have the number 56 on them. I know you know a little bit about that. Tell me about that.
So the whole thing about that is it's made out of 56 herbs, and it's supposed to be like a supernatural type of liquor. It's funny, one of the German soldiers that I was talking to there literally said, yeah, my grandmother, when I have a cold, give me a shot of Jaeger. But on the back, it also explains it too, if you want me to.
Tell us the back, yeah.
Yes, the back says, your hands hold our Jägermeister, crafted from a secret and closely guarded German recipe of 56 hand-selected botanicals. The botanicals undergo a gentle maceration process to extract the precious essence, which is refined and harmonized in oak barrels. Our master distiller completes the ritual blending process to ensure the complex and balanced flavor of our herbal liqueur, Jägermeister.
Nice. I love that hearing maceration and barrels because those are all parallels with the wine
Yeah.
making
Yes.
process.
And I think Jaeger honestly gets like that bad look because when you say you're drinking Jaeger, it's everything's Jaeger bombs. We're gonna have a get in a fist fight
well,
type
yeah,
of
there's
night,
shot
stuff of that.
culture.
Shot culture, and shots are never
Yeah.
a good idea.
Is it expensive?
Over there.
Either.
So the American one was about $30, and I think in Germany that was around €20. So it's pretty much the same.
So it's a liqueur.
Yeah.
Do you think, or do you know, are these made in the same distillery and then the one is just exported and they put an American label on it? Or are you led to believe that they are somehow different formulations or made on different soils?
I don't know, to be honest. I want to say because like American stuff is like very different. Like even if you go to the biggest one I saw, the difference were monsters because shocker German
Monster, like energy drink?
Because shocker German soldiers also need a crap ton of caffeine as well. So that was like a big thing there, but like they would have a quarter of the caffeine contents as
But still the same brand,
Same
Monster,
brand,
but
same
different
can,
formulation.
same everything.
Basically every
yeah. So
We're not gonna get
I want
into
to say if they were made differently, which I do not know, I feel like the German one would definitely be a lot cleaner, a lot more of that straight 56 herbs, whereas the American one, there might be
Has
some
corn
other
syrup
stuff
in
there.
it?
Maybe they might add more sugar to it to make it sweeter. To
But
be
I
honest,
think these are
I
probably
really
made in the
don't
same
know.
place and
I'm
then
gonna-
just
that's what I'm led to
sent over
believe.
here. So we are going to do a side by side. We will be right back. If you live in the Bay Area or will be vacationing here around August 17th, I have an invitation for you. It's a Crush Collective winemaker showcase at the Tamber Bay Winery in Calistoga. Now, if you're a regular listener, you've heard me interview winemaker Sally Johnson Blum, and she and her portfolio of wines are going to be featured, along with wines of another well-known winemaker, Mike Smith from Myriad Cellars. It's a walk-around tasting in this beautiful setting at Tamber Bay, surrounded by horse stables, and you'll have the rare opportunity to taste over 30 different wines from 14 boutique high-end brands, including, of course, Tamber Bay, Sally's new brand, Stereograph wines, Ladera, Sylvie, A Bloom, which I featured in a recent podcast episode, just to name a few. What a lineup, but you can see the full list at eventbrite.com. It's a really limited and rare opportunity to be able to taste all of these special wines under one roof with live music and delicious bites, all in the middle of the beautiful Napa Valley. It's from 1 to 4 on Sunday, August 17th at Tampa Bay Winery in Calistoga. There's free parking, and it's $75 a person. Tickets can be purchased at eventbrite.com. I can put the link in the show notes of this very episode, so you can grab it there or just search for Crush Collective Event in Eventbrite. I so hope that you get to go, and maybe I'll see you there. If you heard our 69th episode from April 2025, you heard my amazing conversation with Sina Wheeler. Sina is from a fifth-generation fishing family, and she and her husband Rich founded Sina Sea, and he is a fisherman, and he catches wild, sustainably caught fish in Alaska, and then they cut it and package it and ship it to your door, and it's premium sushi quality when it arrives. You can create a subscription box, and they'll even guide you as to what's in season. For instance, May is the start of Copper River salmon season. In our episode, you heard Sina and I tasting this very salmon, which was delicious. And we made poke bowls and paired it with wine, of course. And I was really blown away, not only at the awesome quality of the fish, but the sustainability of the packaging when it arrived. And then the recipe card that was packed inside the box and how easy it was to prepare. So I'm so excited to introduce you to Sina Sea so that you can get your hands on the fish and have it shipped right to your door from a small family-owned business. They've been kind enough to create a discount code for our listeners. The code is SIP and C, SIPANDSEA, SIP and C, and you can use that at their website, sinasea.com, SENASEA, sinasea.com, for 10% off your order. This can be for a one-time purchase if you just want to try it out, or you can sign up and save with the subscription box. I also encourage you to sign up for their email list for great recipes and inspirations of how to incorporate healthy and beautiful fish into your diet regularly. They even do a monthly drawing for a $50 gift card for all the members on their mailing list. So go check out the delicious wild Alaskan fish at sinasea.com. Healthy fish delivered easy. AmericanOliveFarmer.com is a business and a website owned and operated by my friend Liz Tagami and her husband Donald. They live up in Corning, California, and I recently had Liz on the podcast where we got to taste some of her delicious olive oils, both the Arbequina and Ascalano varieties, and they're grown and made right here in California. Well, the oils were really just the tip of the iceberg, because if you check out her website, you'll see that they import gorgeous balsamic vinegar from Modena. In fact, one of them uses 3 of my favorite Italian wine grapes as the base of the vinegar: Trebbiano, Lambrusco, and Sangiovese. I can't say that without singing. And while on their website, if you sign up to stay in touch, you'll receive their newsletter and you'll get the fantastic recipes that Liz and Donald have created using their beautiful products. I'm so excited to introduce all of you to American Olive Farmer, and Liz has kindly created a discount code for our listeners. Use the code SIPWithNikki, capital S, capital W, and capital N, SIPWithNikki, for $10 off your order, and that can be anything from the site, whether it's delicious olive oils, vinegars, or even gifts. I mean, you can send someone an olive tree as a gift. How cool is that? Check out AmericanOliveFarmer.com and support this fantastic, small, California-based, woman-led business. You can even set up an olive oil subscription. Go, check it out. You're welcome. And now, back to the show. So I'm going to pour the ones with the English label. So there's 2 of those. Let's not get them confused. One of the things while I'm pouring this that I learned, this was initially used by hunters to celebrate their hunting successes. And one of the reasons for this really chunky, blocky, almost like a brick bottle is because they needed a really sturdy bottle because they were taking them on hunting expeditions with them. So here's 2 of the German ones. and here's 2 American ones. So
Did you also see Nikki?
we're not shooting people, we're sipping.
No, it even says here that it falls into the category of a
Looks the same.
digestif.
It
So
almost looks a little bit lighter, holding up to the light.
it's like
They look very similar. Honestly, we
say
might
after
sip these,
dinner.
and they might be the exact same. To be honest, I have no
like
idea.
Anizette or something.
Ooh, when you just take a tiny little sip, it's really nice.
This is German.
Licorice, anise.
Do you already know these notes, or you put?
No,
is
I'm
there-
just
in
saying
all
it.
of the different. If you look them up, it gives
what I
you the
said,
main
Anizette.
of the 56.
Go ahead, Amanda. You have it.
Citrus peel, licorice, anise,
This is
poppy seeds, saffron, ginger, juniper berries, and ginseng.
Juniper I can get because there's almost like a gin note to it, and gin is juniper,
like
right?
peppery.
The desire to look for a difference, I feel like the German one almost tastes a little bit stronger, but it also might be me just like searching for a difference. It
It's
could be,
definitely more in your mouth.
yeah.
The German one.
And it was meant to be sipped after
I
dinner.
feel like the alcohol's higher
Yeah.
on the German one. Let me look.
Let me try that.
Like I said, like it tastes stronger in the German one. Like you have
It's
more
more
of a burn.
medicinal. They are different.
Oh.
the bottles
smell
are not
different.
the same size for starters.
Alcohol by volume on both, 35. 35% alcohol by volume. The English bottle is a 750 ml, so same as a wine bottle. The German bottle is a 700 ml, so 50 mils smaller. Interesting.
Because Americans like big portions.
It says best served ice cold, but they're both 35%. But we are perceiving differences on them.
I didn't necessarily feel stronger alcohol. I just felt like the German was louder
Miss
in my
American.
mouth.
The German.
There was more flavor.
There's the gopher for the episode. Can you say that one more time for the back row, Dana?
The German was louder in my mouth.
Dana!
Mom, right here.
They don't smell different on the nose, I don't think.
It's actually quite delicious if you
It is.
just sip it.
And if
Well,
you have
that's
one
what it
after
was
dinner.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
The
honestly,
one article says, interestingly, although it's mostly known for its role in nightlife, Jägermeister is technically a digestive, meant to aid digestion after a meal.
A lot of those
Yes.
herbs.
we would never really drink the Jaeger last. That was the first thing that we would open when we were over there drinking. Yeah.
Really?
So
Fancy
after you
beer.
shot shit, then it was
shot
Jaeger,
Jaeger.
and then it was beer.
Yeah. So you know the saying, beer before liquor, never sicker. So
Liquor before beer, you're in, the clear.
yeah.
Okay.
So how is this working tonight? We've had everything tonight. We started with wine. Oh
Yeah.
God.
And now we're going to add Fanta.
We had some nice wine with
Monday
dinner.
is gonna be real fun.
So you were introduced to this for the first time in Germany. You would sip on it. What would you drink it out of, especially in the field?
Literally just a plastic cup.
Okay, because we're
Yeah.
drinking like
It was
these.
not a solo
Not a
cup.
solo
It was
cup.
Not
solo
a-
cup.
yes.
Do not have those.
Okay.
They were asking me questions like, are solo cups real? I'm like, yes. Yes, they are real.
They're not just in movies with Will Ferrell running down the street.
They're
like,
not just in Project X either. So that was a big question. They were always asking me like,
What
Is anyone
temperature would you
getting-
sip it there?
Probably warm.
It was warm.
75 to 85 degrees. It was-
So
it says
what do you
best
think
served
of it
cold.
chilled
It was
a
hot as
little?
hell. It's easier to drink.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
really
Probably
nice.
a little more
Even
Even then,
enjoyable.
though, like Europeans, other than the cold beer, don't really drink cold stuff. Everything was warm there. Like,
Yeah,
it
no
really
ice.
wasn't
Yes.
that unenjoyable. Like, it really, I'd say you get more flavor when it's cold. When it's warm, you just get that
Hot.
burn
Yeah.
down, like just from the alcohol
What was it?
contents. But like when it's cold, you definitely get more of the flavors.
Okay.
So
It's nice. We're drinking it out of these little cordial glasses, slightly chilled, and it's really pleasant. I'm actually enjoying it after the big meal that we had.
I think the American is darker.
they're very similar.
Almost negligible. It's interesting. What was the alcohol?
35%.
Whoa!
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's a spirit. It's a distilled spirit. I'm looking up our German and American Jägermeister the same. Yes, they're essentially the same product despite potential perceptions. The core recipe, including the 56 herbs, spices, and ingredients, is consistent regardless of the market. While the product is associated with different consumption styles, meaning party drink versus digestif in the US and Germany, Jägermeister still produces bottles exclusively in Germany at the Linden and Kamenz plants.
So they are the same, pretty much.
So they are the same.
I want to know if it
But because the bottle size is different,
I
maybe?
know if the sugar content's the same.
Neither one
That
has
one we would have to
a-
dig into, just because I feel like Americans tend to
Syrupy?
like more
Sweeter?
sugar.
Jägermeister is a globally recognized brand, and the core product is consistent worldwide.
Yeah.
Tell me about the large orange bottle in the center of our tasting table. What's happening here?
I also had the exact same thought process of what the hell are you showing me? And they said, trust me, drink it, and it was good.
Okay.
And they would mix their Jägermeister with Fanta, which is also, as many didn't know, it's basically like the German version of Coke, like how it started up. And
Is Fanta from Germany?
yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
So when they were,
thought it
I'm
was
thinking
like-
Is that why the commercials were so weird?
Spanish or...
So before pretty sure I'm correct about this. If you want to fact check me, pre-World War II, or Coca-Cola was baking it big. That's when it was really stepping up, and they were making factories all over the world. And they made some in Germany. World War II started up, and Germany was like, screw the Americans, took over the factories, and they made their version, and then that became Fanta.
Pretty spot on, dude. Just fact checking you over here. Fanta, the fruit flavored carbonated beverage, was indeed first created in Germany during World War II as a Coca-Cola substitute. Due to wartime trade embargoes, Coca-Cola ingredients were scarce, prompting the German branch to develop a new drink from available resources like apple fibers, whey, and beet sugar. The name Fanta was inspired by the German word fantasy, meaning imagination. Pour me some of that imagination in my glass, Aidan. So this is how you guys drank it?
Yeah. Except it was be a lot warmer.
Is it warm or it's still
All
has
right,
like
so does
chill to
everybody
it?
have a little bit of Jaeger in there?
Did you mix it?
Yeah. Just pour it in the same glass.
Oh, I
Like a 1-to-1 ratio?
Depending on how drunk you wanted to get.
Oh.
That was about the extent. They pour some in there. They wouldn't even shake it up. They just handed it to you.
I've had a Jaeger bomb where it's dropped in a beer. I'm going to do like a 1-to-1 here because I'm just curious about the flavor
gonna take this one,
combination.
'cause it's
Here's a
German.
1-to-1.
No. I don't think it was 1-to-1. It might have
You
been
didn't
like.
put a lot in there.
It might be a little. It was usually.
Fanta?
I think it's usually more Fanta than that.
Now you tell her.
I had to let her take a sip first.
Tastes like my past.
There's more
bad
Fanta.
night.
What is that?
Let me make it.
Here, make another cocktail there,
It's like
bartender.
something someone hands you would at a club.
Like
and
the
you'd be
end
like,
of the
"This is great.
night."
Sure, let's just keep dancing.
Before it was dangerous to take something from some.
Spoken like the mom in the group. Yes,
And
ma'am.
I'm still alive. That's terrible.
So we're just pouring it in a large shot glass with no ice. Jaeger and orange, the super orangiest Fanta ever.
More Fanta is a little bit better.
Could you do it with grape, like grape soda? That I feel like that could be.
That might be
yummy.
better, but
I feel
we
like the
drank it with
flavor
Fanta.
notes would be
Fanta.
more complimentary.
Not terrible.
It was usually like a 1-to-2
Tastes
ratio.
like warm Coca-Cola.
It does
Oh, the
taste
aftertaste does.
does,
Now that it's
yeah.
lingering,
There's
I'm like,
still the whole like licorice.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
does taste like
Licorice
warm.
I think you just
finish.
didn't put enough
Warm
Fanta
soda.
the first time.
Okay.
I think it's more of like a 1-to-2
That-
ratio.
Maybe
All
that's
right.
where it came from.
All right, 2-to-1.
oh,
Cooked.
trying to recreate it because they
Yes.
couldn't get it. Now that I'm
It does almost taste like Coke.
Yeah.
the
Warm,
finish on my
interesting.
tongue does.
Interesting.
Warm Coke that makes you get drunk.
Aidan, you used the word tradition a minute ago, and so the last thing I wanted to ask you about one of your stories was about the patches and the swapping. Can you tell us about
Oh.
that?
Yeah, so I brought so much stuff with me and came back with none of it except it was just swapped.
Well,
and
like, how much stuff like what?
So there's a shop at West Point, and I got 10 of the West Point patch, some American flag patches, and
These are all like
Velcro,
on.
Velcro
Name
on.
tag's on the right, right?
Yes, name tags on the right.
Oh,
You do not
okay.
want to be soldier U.S. Army. You want to be U.S. Army soldier Casuccio. Yeah, I think I came back with 30 patches. So that was through trading patches, through trading uniforms. They just gave me extra stuff too, like for stuff that I gave them. So it's cool though. It's a little bit different. So in the U.S., the unit patches that we wear, like there can be 10,000, 15, 50,000 people wear the same patch. At West Point, there's one West Point patch. We also have our company patches too. But in the actual army, like the 101st, everybody in the 101st has that patch.
Okay.
That's it. Everybody in the 82nd Airborne has that patch. Everybody in the 9th Cavalry, in the 11th
Forever and
Airborne,
ever.
Right.
forever and ever. Now, if they deploy with that unit, they can wear that patch on their right arm. They wear their normal patch that they're currently with on their left. If they deploy with the unit, they can wear it on the right. And that's any unit. In Germany, they would wear their company patch on the left arm. So the unit I was with, it was the 203rd Panzer Battalion. There's 6 companies in the battalion. 2 of those companies were off on a deployment. So I was with the other 4 companies there. So on their left arm, they would wear their company, and then they have their platoon patch on their right arm, and there's 4 platoons in each company. So in the US, you have 1 patch for tens of thousands of people. In Germany, there's a different patch for every 40 people. So there's a lot more variety
Oh, interesting.
over there. So I'll go train with the company that day, so I can go get a company patch, and I can also get a couple platoon patches too. And I'll go to a different company the next day, and I'll get a few of one patch and a few another. Bang.
And then can you wear them, and do you wear them on your uniform, or it's just something that you hold and have?
It's just a
We have a
collection
big
thing.
Okay.
giant board now. That
Yeah,
we
so it's a
have,
big Velcro board. So just all the patches I've collected over the years.
The coolest on the way home.
Oh, another cool thing was we were flying out of Frankfurt just to come back home, and I walk into the airport and I see 200 Italian soldiers.
Oh.
And I had
Hello.
one more patch with me. And I went up to him like, hey, I'm in the U.S. Army. I have an American flag patch. Would you want to trade me for the Italian one? And he gave me an Italian patch in return.
Well, it's just a military culture
Yeah, you-
thing to trade these patches.
Some people, like in the U.S. Army, I've had some people give me weird looks, like when they were training, like, why do you want to do that? I'm like, it's cool. And Germany, almost everybody had a patch wall. Everybody does that. Mostly, I think, because like of the patch culture there. There's so many. Like in the US, it's just not that common to see a different patch. But I got so much stuff. I think I got 3 full uniforms from guys that want to trade different parts. I got a boonie hat, which is like a bucket hat. I got a patrol cap. I got 2 berets as well.
Oh.
That was a tough one.
That was a tough one. So in the U.S. Army, berets are typically like the most elite of elite. Like you have your Rangers that wear them. You have airborne units that wear them. Those are maroon. Rangers is tan. And then green berets. Green. In the German Army, everybody has a beret. And the color of your beret determines what branch you are.
So that's their typical uniform is a beret.
Yes, it's a beret.
Oh, I was going to say, when did they wear a beret? When they're
All the time. They wore it all the
I'm
time.
learning so much.
And then I got, the coolest thing is one guy gave me his snow uniform stuff. So I'm like, that's going to be my snowboarding fit for the rest of my life. I'm totally going to wear that snowboarding.
Oh.
Sounds like this was a pretty life-changing experience.
It's a trip I'll never forget. It was so much. It's hard to say. I could have had an extra 3 weeks off this summer hanging out at home. I literally got paid to go on this life-changing trip, which was really cool. And we're also doing like a care package thing. So I send 2 packages over there to 2 guys that I know. They're both sending the package back over here of just extra German stuff and extra American stuff for them that I just didn't have with me.
It's very cool. Thank you for bringing back this care package for us.
Yeah.
With this beautiful German Pinot Noir, the Jaeger, the beer, the Fanta.
I don't think that came from Germany.
No, that came
No.
from around the
But
corner.
thanks for the story. That came
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheers, everyone.
crazy.
Thanks,
I'm all out of it. I guess I'll
Aidan.
do
Pour
this from there.
something.
You can drink the
Próst.
Jaeger and Fanta.
Prost.
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 Go love.
Thank you for your service. So, proud aunt moment. All of the fun beverage chatter aside, I am so impressed with Aidan's knowledge and the experience that he has gained already in his time at West Point, and just really excited to see where his future goes, his travels, as he gets to discover all of the cultures and things that we love about exploring the world. So a huge thank you to everyone in my family for sitting down and recording that. And I hope you learned some interesting things about a German red wine, the difference between German Jägermeister and Jaeger that you can buy in the US. If you'd like to support the podcast, there's a link in the show notes where you can be an angel, and we would be ever so grateful. And finally, if you are craving some California wine, don't forget Solovato, my handcrafted small lot brand here in Sonoma County, California, is available on solovatowines.com. We've got a beautiful Sangiovese as well as a red blend inspired by super Tuscan wines that we love to drink, and I can ship to most states in the U.S. Be sure to use the code PODLISTENER for 10% off your order at solovatowines.com. Whatever you do between now and next week, I hope that you sip well.